everyone. Welcome to MJ Live. It's another Thursday. It's good to be back. How you guys doing tonight? Come on in, get settled down, get your drinks, get your snacks, and let's get in. Hey, Candid Ann, welcome to the show. It's good to have you. So we're gonna get started with our guest. Our guest is here in a little bit, but before we do that, I'm gonna do a little countdown, maybe for about it's not even going to be a countdown. I'm going to be right here on screen. I'm going to play a little bit of music as people come on in and as we can get a chance to share. So I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of music. Let me know if you can hear the music playing. Give me a thumbs up in the chat or a number 2 in the chat if you can hear me play some music. Can you hear me playing some music, Major Change Group? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear the music. Alrighty, awesome. Gary Dixon, welcome to you, sir. We're going to jam out a little bit while we share. Thank you, Gary. All right, let's jam it a little bit. Okay, let's go, people. Welcome, everybody. Just drop me a little message in the chat so I know that you're here with me. Nicole Brown, EDS, welcome, Nicole Brown. Welcome, Gary Dixon, music producer out of London. Welcome to She Stole My Thunder. Music sounds good. Just showing love and support to you. I know you probably have a million things going on. She Stole My Thunder. Alright, let me go ahead and share on my Facebook pages. And remind everybody that we are live, guys. You know, sometimes people just need a little bit of extra reminding. Just remind them. It's alright. And we're going to start in like, I want to say about 1 minute's time. Yes, indeed. Welcome, Facebook user. Come on over to YouTube, guys. Come on over to YouTube if you're on Facebook. Because I cannot see your name if you're on Facebook. I bet you I know exactly who it is too. I bet you it's Reggae Ellis. Reggae Ellis, you need to come over to Facebook, to YouTube. Hey, Ron Barrett. Okay, that's different. Welcome, Ryan. Let me grab the link so I can give you the link. Welcome, guys. Come on in, get settled down. We've got a great show ahead of you. We've got a great show. You're gonna learn some stuff today, man. Smart Aviation's here. Welcome. Hey. Come on in, guys. We're gonna get started in about 30 seconds. I want to drop my link in YouTube. Come on over to YouTube. If you're on Facebook, there's the link. There's the link if you're on Facebook. Come on in. Come on over. And I'll also drop it over here too. We are about to get into it, guys. This is going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. Alrighty then. Okay. How is everyone doing? Welcome. It's MJ Live. It's another week. Marcia's here. Gary's here. Smart Aviation is here. She Stole My Thunder. Nicole. And also Candid Ann. Are you still with us? Let us know if you're still with us. We're going to have a great show tonight. We're going to be talking about credit cards. But let me just go ahead and introduce my guest. Let me introduce my guest for today. Hey there, Major Change Group. It's Tasha. How are you?
Hey. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. And how about you?
Doing well.
You're looking good, girl.
Thank you. Is it sound good?
Oh, you know what? Sometimes when I play the music, we get an echo. So let me just drop this. Let me just drop that off of the screen. And then we can There we go. Yes, I think we're good now. First Gen Corporate. Okay. Candid Ann is still here. Welcome, everybody. We're about to get into it. The Intentional Millionaire is here. As a matter of fact, the Intentional Millionaire dropped a video, I think it was today or yesterday, about 7 ways that credit cards will charge us. And I actually want to play. I actually want to play a little clip of that. So give me the thumbs up, Intentional Millionaire, if I can play just like the first minute or two of that video later on. So I think that really ties in with what you're doing. All right. So this is Tasha, everybody. She's from the Major Change Group. I just want to give her a quick introduction. Just tell us briefly, like in about 1 minute, who you are, and then I'm going to drop you back down as I do a few preliminaries. Okay?
Okay, of course. Well, hey everybody. I'm Tasha from the Major Change Group, and on my channel, we talk about credit cards, budgeting, and student loans. Right now, I'm really focusing on credit cards and improving your credit score, because mainly we want to get your foundation right so that you can not live paycheck to paycheck. Also get your credit straight so you don't have to ask anybody to co-sign, and then get credit cards so you can use their money and not yours. Because what I'm really talking about now is for 2022, my goal is to get a free trip with my reward points.
Woo! That's a lot, and that's lovely. Perfect. All of that information is great, and we're going to talk a little bit about that today. Okay. So I'm going to drop you down for a little bit, Tasha. Thank you so much for being here. I'm so honored that you're able to make it. We're about to get into it after I do just a few little preliminaries. Okay?
Okay.
Alrighty. All right, guys. Just give me a number 3 in the chats if you are excited about today's show, as I just go through a few things before we have our special guest come back up. I do want to give a very big special thank you to all of my sponsors. These are people who have donated to the show. As you can see by the bottom of my my screen, you can see a Cash App. Now, these are people who have just donated. It hasn't been requested, but if anybody feels like donating, feel free. It's all part of how we support each other on the channel. And if you do, then you will definitely get your name shouted out. So let me give a big, massive shout out. I have to say massive because she's my biggest sponsor. Big, massive shout out to Tasha's Journey. She's been my biggest sponsor to date. Big thank you, and big shout out to Tasha's Journey. She has a YouTube channel too. Go check her out. Big special shout out to Shayla as well. Another one of my sponsors has sponsored the show on a couple of occasions. So big shout out and thank you to Shayla. I really appreciate your kindness. Big shout out to the #1 moderator. That is Miss Gail Lockett. Moderates for pretty much everybody out there. Does such a great job. And she just recently started her channel and already hit 500. So amazing. Didn't expect anything less. Big shout out to Carl Sinclair, another big sponsor. Syntech Cooling sponsored one of my very early shows. So excited about that. Syntech Cooling right here in South Florida. He's an air conditioning man. That's why he's named Cooling, right? Big shout out to the Intentional Millionaire. He's right here in the chat as well. He was one of my very first sponsors. Really big thank you to the Intentional Millionaire. And if you haven't seen the show that him and I collaborated on Tuesday, go check the previous video out. It is superb. He gives so many great information about how to start your portfolio. Of course, he's a millionaire and he wants to get you on the track to starting your own portfolio. Big shout out to MSE Network, Megasource Entertainment. Big thank you to him. We are going to be having Rich live. He is also the founder and the head man for Megasource Entertainment, and he's going to talk to us in a couple of weeks. Could be next week. I have my whole of January is already scheduled out. We got some great shows ahead for January. All right, big shout out to award-winning international recording artist Novelty, who sponsored a previous show. Big thank you to Novelty. Amazing voice. You can check her out as well on her YouTube channel. Great singer. And big shout out and thank you to Sophia Sharif, who is a recent sponsor as well. She sponsored last week's show. Big thank you to Sophia Sharif. Really appreciate you, and praying that everything works out for the best for you, my dear. All right. Next one, big contest winner was last week. What can I change? Shout out to our previous contest winner, who I promised I'd give a shout out to. So go check out What Can I Change his channel as well. Go support him. And also Marlene TV. We did another awesome collab a couple of weeks ago, and you got to check her out as well. Marlene TV, all about credit, all about natural hair, all about finances. All of these people, we're on the same par. We're on the same par here, so I'm so excited about that. All right, go check her channel out as well. All right, let me go back to the chat room and see what's going on in here. What's going on in the chats? Let us see what is going on. Okay, all right. Yes, we had the echo. I have to remember to make sure that I turn off the screen sharing when after I play music. I don't know what happens with that, but after I play music, we have the echo come. So a big shout out to Nicole Brown, and she says you're looking good there, Tasha. Edward Smart, hey Tasha, we're gonna bring you back in a second. Let me see if I have anything else before I do, because I think I need to have you up here for all of these lovely messages. Let me go check my list of things to do. Let me see. All right. So I'm going to give a tech tip next week, on my next show. And we're going to go straight into getting our guest back on the show. All right, guys, let's welcome back Tasha. Welcome back, Tasha. And
hey,
how was your day today?
Good. We got some snow here in Nashville, Tennessee. Oh my God.
Wow. Well, it's been nice and sunny in Florida, so I'm happy about that.
Don't rub it in.
I know, right? So let's give you some greetings from the chat here.
Hey everybody.
Hola to the chat, says intentional.
Oh,
looking great, Tar.
Hey,
is this a friend of yours, a supporter of yours?
My sister.
Oh, lovely. Welcome, sister.
Yes.
Looking great. You changed your hair. What you have a straight hairstyle. I love it.
Down and but I love the braids, so I'll probably be getting braids soon.
It looks nice. I love it. Both ways actually. I love the fullness of the braids, and I love the straightness of the straight. So
right.
Hey, Tasha says Edward.
Sophie.
Beautiful lady. Sophia Sharif, how you doing, my dear? Hope you're doing. Happy having a good day. Hope you're having a good day. So everyone is giving threes because I loved you. Thurs Jan Corporate, how are you doing, sir? Let's see. Nicole Brown. Let's see where we are.
Digital millionaire, what's up?
All right. Yes. Gail's here. Welcome, Gail. Welcome, Gail. Thank you for being here tonight. Really, really appreciate you. All right. We're about to get into our content for the day. Everybody's just greeting each other. I love that. Welcome, Bernard S. Appreciate you having you here. And also subscribe to all of the different people here. This is Lasha's Journey. We spoke about her. Definitely go support her channel. And the Intentional Millionaires channel. Go and check him out. If you missed his show, wow, such great information.
Yeah,
right?
A lot of good information.
Always. And let's see. Good evening, Tina Azal. We got a good one for you today. Another good one for you.
She stole my thunder.
I'm
gonna check out her channel because I wanna. I took French when I was in high school, and I want to kind of brush up a little bit. Je m'appelle.
Oui. All right. Okay. Let's see. Oh, Suzette Speaks is here. Welcome, Suzette Speaks. Another part of the family right here in South Florida. She was actually talking with Jackie Vernon Thompson, etiquette queen, today.
Yes, that was really good.
I'm gonna have to watch the replay on that one because I had so many things going on, but I just did stop by and shared some love there. All right, let's get through these real quick before we get into our conversation. I just want to acknowledge everybody and thank you so much for tuning in, guys, because you could be anywhere right now, but you're here with us. I know that there's such good support between everybody here, and I love that.
That's great.
I'm here to see which card major change groups going to co-sign to Birdman. I know you got some private joke going on there.
No co-signing.
Hey, Michelle Fletcher's here. Welcome, Michelle. Appreciate having you with us as well. She's right here in South Florida. Appreciate you, Michelle. We're going to get into our content right about now. All right. So we are here talking with Major Change Group. This is Tasha, everybody. And she's a beautiful young lady who is
Thank
all
you.
about finances and, but using them correctly, using them in the right way. Now, of
Yeah.
course, Dave Ramsey always warned us against using credit cards. But you know what? Once you have control of it,
That's
then
right.
you know how to use it. So you're going to show us
hmm
some really good tips about how to use credit cards wisely.
Right.
Before we get into that, could you just introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about your background before we get into the real content.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm Tasha. And more so, I would say my background is so I work from home. I'm in corporate America on the healthcare side in the back office. And I really wanted to start a YouTube channel where I could show people from my experience just how to get your money straight. And then I did do travel. And then now more so talking about credit cards because I like to use my credit card like a debit card so that I could get the points and do kind of sort of like credit card hacking. And like I said, this year I really want to be able to take me a trip using all of my points. And so that's really what I want to do. So it's mainly doing the foundation because there's so many different levels of finance, but more so for me is just how can we get our money straight so that we are not living paycheck to paycheck.
All right, awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, how long has your YouTube channel been in existence?
It's gonna be 3 years in February.
3 years in February. Now you're ahead of some of us who are kind of new. How are you're already monetized, is that correct?
Yeah, monetized since December 2020.
Nice. All right, so at the end, I would love you to tell us a few of the things that you did to get monetized.
Okay.
And your a little bit of your journey as far as your YouTube journey. But
Okay.
we're gonna start with what you have to share with us regarding the credit cards.
Yes. So, I love to use my credit cards like a debit card. I don't even carry my debit card. I really don't even carry cash. But I know that you brought up Dave Ramsey because I would say probably several years, probably in the early 2000s. That's when I got into Dave Ramsey. So I've been one of those people that cut up all my credit cards and did not use my credit cards. And where I'm at now is not where I came from. So look, I paid my fair share of interest on credit cards and maxed out credit cards, but now, especially once I got to know Dave Ramsey and just reading other books and magazines and even like Susie Orman, I really got my foundation right. And then once I did that, even though I stopped using credit cards, I never cut my credit cards. But I think it gave me that foundation that I needed to be able to really understand, especially paying off my credit cards every month. And then now I feel like I'm in a good position to where I can use credit cards in a responsible way so that I can, one, get money from the credit card company to where I'll be able to. So I want to say 2019, I probably earned about $1,200 to $1,500 through credit cards. 2021, I think almost 2,000. And then already for 2022, just starting out, I'm going to probably get even more, probably 2,000 or more. And that's basically just off of my spending. So I know some people might say, well, that's not a whole lot of money, but I can say I try to keep my expenses low and do it off of my natural spending because I do my budget every month. But also, if I was to tell you, if you did your natural spending at the end of the year, I would give you $2,000. Would you do it? Would you take it? Listen, would you take it? Would you take the $2,000?
This is so interesting because, and by the way, guys, if you have any questions, please put a Q at the beginning of the question and drop it in. Right, a Q at the beginning of your question, or just write the word question in capitals before the question, and we'll come back to them. But when I posted the flyer today, somebody, because most people know me that I don't have credit, I don't use
Okay.
credit, or I don't have debt. They were
Mm-hmm.
like they were like debt or credit or something like
Oh
that. They
my
was like explanation was like,
That
what are
is
you
so
what are you
funny.
doing? What are you talking about credit cards for? But but
Mm-hmm.
but if you use them wisely, and I have to explain to them, if you use that, I don't necessarily have debt, but I still use credit cards to pay all my bills, and then let the points roll on, let the money come back. But like you said, if somebody says, if you just use this credit card, you'll get points, you'll get money back. Will you use it? Well, of course. But again, you need to have the discipline. Now, you mentioned quite a few things there. We're going to go back, and we're going to dig deep into some of these points here. So one thing that you mentioned was budget. Now, this is
Mm-hmm.
very, very important. Could you
Right.
explain why budget is so important and how people can budget?
Well, I would say, but I would say I'm not a lifelong, but definitely over probably the last 10 or more years, I've been a budgeter. And I'll give you a quick story, just even to really like hone in on why budgeting is important. So I would say maybe I'm trying to think, um, 10 years, maybe 10 years ago. So I've probably been budgeting way longer than that. Probably 15 years I've been budgeting, but probably I would say 10 years. And so I was at a job, I was a manager at the job. So I was making, okay money. I was traveling, eating out all the time, just doing whatever I wanted with my money. And you know how you see companies making changes, and especially like now with how the economy is, companies are making all kind of changes. But this was several years ago. This was probably like 2012 or 2013, somewhere off in there. And so I was at this job, and I had already saw them making changes. And then one day, but it was, they usually start at the lower level. So then one day my boss came in and said, we need to have a talk. And so they said that they're going to be making some changes to where either I had to take a severance or I had to step down. So when I stepped down, I was going to lose 26% of my income. But see, the thing is, at that time, I want to say I was in process of getting my master's degree, or I was just finishing and I was looking for jobs, but I really wasn't, I would say really, really focused because I was good, but once my boss had that conversation with me and I said, well, how the economy was, I didn't feel comfortable just outright taking a severance. And so I took a step down and I lost 26% of my pay. So
Wow.
to lose 26% of my pay, like that was horrible. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? That was
Yeah.
horrible. But I was budgeting, and I was budgeting my money. So even though I had lost 26% of my pay, I would say it wasn't horrible in the sense. Now it lit a fire under my butt to where, because I didn't want to be eating bologna sandwiches and all that kind of stuff.
Rice and beans,
Rice
beans and
and beans,
rice.
but it really kind of just lit a fire under me to just go ahead, so I started looking for jobs. And even when I started the next job, I really wasn't making that much money. So on the one hand, you can say I was almost living check to check in a way. So I feel like with me budgeting my money, I was able to, it wasn't a panic. It was a way for me to understand how much money I had compared to what was going out, and then how much did I have left over to see what did I kind of need to tweak. Because I feel like sometimes when you hear the word budget, like people run, like they don't,
Right, right.
they don't like the word budget. So sometimes I like to say, reallocation of funds or stuff like that but I would say really in the grand scheme of things is budgeting. Sometimes, let's say when you have a goal or when something is going on, budgeting doesn't necessarily mean, to me, restrictions. To me, budgeting means like I'm going to be able to tell my money what to do. and I can have more control over my life with budgeting. So I was just able to kind of look to see what could I kind of cut out for a little bit. It
Hmm.
doesn't mean that you have to cut things out all the time, but
Hmm.
sometimes when you are doing things, you might have to cut out for a little bit. So then I got the new role, and then even though I really wasn't making what I wanted to, probably like in a year and a half, I had moved from like a analyst to a manager, and then a manager. So probably like for the last 6 years, have been doing that, and so budgeting my money has really been good for me. And then even like this year, well, no, 2021. Well, 2020, I had got a car. I really wasn't trying to get a car because I like me, I'll drive a car. Like I really want to put 100,000 on a car. I will drive a car, and it doesn't have, it just has to long as like now I'm excited that I have like Sirius radio and I have heated seats and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
okay, nice.
But
Hey,
that's
hey, hold that thought. Get the likes up, guys. Please hit the like button. Please, please, please hit the like button. Carry on, carry on.
yeah, so I like that kind of stuff. But so but I feel like that's pretty standard in the car now. And so I had ended up getting me a car at the end of 2020. But I had created a goal for myself. So originally I wanted to pay the car off in, because I got it for 60 months. So I really wanted to pay it off in 30. But as I started, really budgeting, seeing how much money I had coming in compared to how much money I had going out, and running the numbers, because I like to run the numbers. Like running
Mm.
the numbers like really gets me excited. And so once I was running the numbers, by the time January came, I was just like, you know what? I think I'm going to be able to do this in a year. And I paid the car off in a year. So December of 2021, I paid the car off, but
Beautiful.
I really attribute it to budgeting my money, but then also sometimes you have to kind of cut things out just for a little bit to be
Right.
able to get to where you want to go. And so
Exactly.
that's
That's
why I think
beautiful.
budgeting is really important.
Very, very important. So you kind of like just restricted yourself just for a little while, but you had
Mhm.
a bigger goal in mind, which was to pay your car off, which you did last month.
Right.
So now you're free and clear with that, which
Yes.
means you can use that money that you would have paid, that you would be paying for the car. Now you can use that for other things.
Yes.
But budgeting is the key thing to that. Now, don't you have a budgeting tool that you might give away?
Yes. So if you go on my channel, like I said, I talk about budgeting, credit cards, and student loans. And so every month I do my budget. So you can come on there like y'all know all my business, y'all. Like, business. So you go on my channel and I'm doing my budget. So I'm gonna be having the first budget of the year soon. Even though I've
Okay.
already done it. I just haven't recorded it.
Okay.
And so last year I created my first digital budget planner, because I'll tell you, the first I say, when you budget, if you have to get a piece of paper and a pencil, start there. That's what I
Yeah.
did. I just
Right.
had a piece of paper and a pencil, and that's where I started budgeting. And then I transitioned from that to creating my own like Excel documents, doing it
Nice.
that way. And then last year I created the digital budget planner. So this year it's my second edition digital budget planner, and I have a few other cool things in there, because I really talk a lot about credit cards and just making sure, and then even like savings. And so on my if you go over to my Etsy shop, I have my 2022 digital budget planner, where you can get that. And for your today, I have I guess like a coupon code to where it's MJ Nation 22.
All right.
Yes, so where they can get 22% off of my digital budget planner. And really, even tonight, we can give away a free digital budget planner as well. Now, I
Okay.
will say, to get the digital budget planner, you have to use it in like GoodNotes. So you have to use it in some kind of note-taking app on your iPad.
All right. So this is your Etsy channel. your Etsy website, and I'll drop the link in here for those who want to grab it. We'll do this towards the end of the show. Actually, I'm not going to put it right now. I don't want to distract you guys. But if you type in, if you put in MJ Nation, you will get a discount. So that's especially for my guest today. So we really do appreciate Tasha for that.
Yeah, MJ Nation 22. And then today,
22.
because I know you like MJ, I just love your channel because you teach all these really cool things, especially like with StreamYards, because I'm trying to get better, using StreamYards. And so I know you have that tool in
The tool.
StreamYards.
We're gonna do that.
Yeah, so maybe a little bit later we can do
Yeah.
that, and I'll give away a free digital planner. And then also, so I'll do a free digital planner, but then I'll also do like a $10 gift card to where if you don't have, let's say, one of the note-taking apps, you can use the gift card to get the note-taking app, plus you'll have the digital planner.
Okay, so my guests here are here for a treat, are in for a treat. All right, we're going to get into it even more now. Welcome to Mahatma P. Welcome to everybody else that's here. And we did have a comment in here. It wasn't a question, it was just a comment. I do the same. I pay everything with my credit card, like a debit card, and pay it off. Get the cash rebate, and this also increases your credit score. Exactly, because you're constantly using credit. I'm going to jump over to Facebook to see who that is. So Facebook peoples, please come on over to YouTube so that we're all together and I don't have to switch into two different places. If you don't mind, I would really, really, really appreciate that. Come over to YouTube. The link is right there in the comments. Okay, guys, on my Facebook page. Who is that on Facebook? Oh, that's Danette Gibson. Could you come over to Facebook? Could you come over to YouTube for me, please? We are going to enjoy it over here. All right. So, we talked about budget.
Great comment.
Yeah, it was a great comment. Thank you for that, Danette. So people still want to know how they can do the same. Now, it might not be as simple as just doing that, as was mentioned there. It might not be as simple because it does take a lot of discipline. So could you just talk to that a little bit?
Well, I would say first, and that's why I kind of told my story, because while now I'll probably say maybe like the past 5 years, I haven't paid any interest on a credit card, but it took me time to just, wrap my head around paying things off, you living within my means, I guess you can say, and paying things off. Because I feel like by budgeting my money, I know how much money I have coming in, coming out, and I can be in control. I can be in control of my money so that I can really do the things that I want to do, and I feel like that gives you freedom. You see what I'm saying? To where you can, when you have that control. So to me, I just say start where you can. So in relations to credit cards, so if you don't have a credit card, I would say probably the first thing to do is maybe pull your credit. Pull your credit first to kind of see where you're at. Pull your credit report, pull your credit score. You can go on to annualcreditreport.com. And I want to say between now and April of 2023, you can actually pull your credit report weekly, but I don't necessarily suggest pulling it weekly. I suggest pulling it monthly because your creditors report to the credit bureaus monthly. So
what was that website? Was that annual credit card?
Annualcreditreport.com.
Report. Credit report.
And you should be able to get that for free. You should not have to pay for that.
Right. Yeah, I've used it. Now, guys, in the chats, if you use these the annual credit report or any other place where you pull your credit, could you just drop in the chat the word credit? If you pull your credit reports once a year or twice a year or however often, can you just drop in the chats if you are already utilizing the credit reports that are out there for free, or sometimes you might even pay? Just let me know. Put the word credit if you are doing that. Sorry, continue, Major Change Group.
So then I would say pull your credit report, see where you are, because sometimes I think either we think we're really doing well, or we're really doing bad, and we don't want to take a look at it. So we want to know where we stand, because it's all really, to me, it's all about planning. And we don't want to go to our credit when we need it, and then we're just trying to like hustle, and then maybe we might have to get a co-signer. So really, we want to be on top of our credit so that when we need it, we have it, and we know where we stand. So you pull your credit report, you pull your credit score, and then let's take a piece of paper, pen and paper, and write down. So if you don't have any credit, how can we start building that credit?
Mm.
And then if let's say you have bad credit, why do you have bad credit? So write down, let's say, how many credit cards do you have? How many loans do you have? Do you just take a look at all your credit reports, because you have 3 credit reports: your Equifax, your TransUnion, and your Experian, right? See where you stand. Look at each of them. Make sure everything is reporting how it should be reporting. And then that's when you want to make your list to see, what do I need to fix on my credit report, because our credit is made up of 5 components. So we have our payment history, our credit utilization, our length of credit, our new credit, and our credit mix. So our payment history and our credit utilization, that's 35 and 30%. So that's 65% of our credit. So 1, we want to make sure we're paying our bills on time. And then 2, we want to make sure that we are not maxing out credit. And so that's where it goes back to that other comment, to where they say they pay with their credit card every month, but they pay it off every month as well, so that you can have a good utilization. Because one thing that I started doing, because I was paying my credit cards off every month. But what was going on, I had applied for a credit card, and I feel like they had put me into like a reconsideration, because since I was paying my credit cards off every month, it almost kind of looked like I wasn't using it, because it was reporting 0.
Right.
So I started doing like a credit card utilization hack, to where I was leaving either 2 or 7. Because with our credit utilization, we really don't want to be above 30% utilized on our credit. But I would say less than 10, or pretty much 0. But see, when I was doing this credit card utilization hack, even though I was leaving a balance on my credit card, I still was not paying interest. And see, I think that's where some people get kind of, okay, so you're leaving a balance on the credit card. Although I'm leaving a balance on the credit card, I'm looking at my credit card statement, and then it has a statement date. So then after my statement date, maybe like 2 days or 3 days, I'll pay the credit card off after basically it's reported. So I'll pull my credit report to see, okay, I left $250 on this credit card. Did it report $250? And if it reported $250, then bingo, that's my date. So then basically I'm letting it report, and it increased my credit score. And I even had somebody else, because I was talking about this on my channel, and she like her credit score went up like either like 50 points by her doing it as well. So
wow.
Yes.
That's pretty interesting. And I did hear you talk about this actually, but I'm too worried that I might get the dates wrong, or I just haven't settled down and got my dates right, because I don't want to pay no interest.
I know what you saying. I'm telling you, the first time that I tried it, oh my gosh, MJ, I was so nervous. I got so scared, but it worked, and I haven't paid any interest on the credit card. But see, the thing is, it's about timing. And it's about really, like, it's about planning. It's about understanding your profile and your information.
All right. Great. A lot of people are using the free credit reports in here. We have Tina's using the free credit report. So is Marcia, of course. Marcia is a little bit like me as far as no interest. We don't pay no interest.
No.
Thurs Jan, he says, I have accounts at all 3 credit bureaus. You mentioned those three bureaus. Can you just repeat those 3 bureaus again for us?
Yeah. So you have TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian. And see, what he's stating is, So I will pull my credit report from the annualcreditreport.com. But see, sometimes I still like to, I really like Experian. And sometimes I'll go on there to pull my credit scores, because sometimes what you can do, you can go on there and they'll give you like a free trial so you can unlock your credit scores. Because sometimes you have to pay for your credit score, but your credit report is free. Like you should never, ever, ever have to pay to get a credit report. You should be able to get a credit report for free. But sometimes with your credit score, you might have to pay. So what I'll do, I'll go on to Experian and I will do like a free trial.
For like 30 days or 15 days.
Yeah, like for 14 days. So I can unlock all of my credit scores so I can see where I stand, because surprisingly, it can differ. It can really differ on your credit scores for each, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax.
That's pretty interesting that they all differ, because I was just about to say, you can also get your credit score from your bank. So I have Capital One. I have Capital One and also TD Bank. I think I can get my credit score from both of them. Now, it's probably not, I don't know which of the bureaus it's pulling from.
Well, usually you can like scroll all the way down and it'll tell you, but it's not going to be for all of them. It's going to be for one. Because a lot of my credit cards I'm able to pull, but see, to me it's usually TransUnion or Experian, not Equifax. I don't know what's up with Equifax.
All right, I'll check to see which bureau it's coming from. But that's, again, if your bank might also allow you to pull your credit score. That will show you your credit score. So check that out as well, guys. All right. Welcome, Lashes. We were talking about you earlier. Welcome to the show. Welcome, everybody. Let me know at number 5 in the chats, guys, if you're finding value from this content so far. We haven't even gotten halfway through yet, but just give me a number 5 in the chat if you enjoy it. Tasha from Major Change Group, and also go over to Major Change Group. She has so many videos that talk about the different credit cards, how to apply for them. She gives you instructions. Her videos are short and sweet and spicy, and you can definitely get some really good content from there. All right, thank you so much, Nicole, sister.
Yeah, that's my twin sister.
Oh, twin. Oh, yep. Wow. Are you identical twins?
We're fraternal twins.
Okay.
Yeah, 15 minutes apart. So I'm the oldest.
You don't let her forget it, right?
Right. But it's so funny, like growing up, even though I'm the oldest, it's like she's the oldest. So it's me, my sister, and my brother. But it's like now I'm the oldest. So even though I'm the oldest, not now I'm the oldest. Now it's like I'm the boss. Like
you're the boss. All right. So First Gen's corporate says Equifax be playing.
Yeah, Equifax. I'm just like, what is tripping? But see, the thing is, I want to say that the credit bureau, like, there is almost like a charge. It's not necessarily free for the companies to report to the credit bureaus. And so that's why when you take a look at your credit report, some of the information could differ a little bit. And I feel like I want to say Experian, one, like when I apply for the Equifax, it doesn't seem like a lot of the credit card companies use Equifax all the time. It's usually Experian or TransUnion.
All right, so First Gen Corporate makes a really good point, and I think I heard either you or Intentional Millionaire talking about this. I have my TransUnion credit score for free at Experian from their website. There are so many types of credit scores. Now, I didn't know this until I heard it recently.
Right, yes.
Out there, mortgage, loan, car, etc. Can you talk to this a little bit?
Yes. So typically, especially like for your credit card companies, they're going to pull your FICO 8 or your FICO 9. And then I want to say for mortgage, I want to say it's a FICO 3. And then you even have a Vantage score. So you definitely don't want to pull your Vantage score, because your Vantage score have you out here thinking you got like an 800 credit score. And it's not, because it's usually a little bit inflated. So really, you want to pull, most of the time, like our credit card companies, they're going to report your FICO 8 or 9. And so that's usually the score that you want, because it's going to give you a more accurate number. And that's what the credit card companies or banks are pulling.
Okay.
Free dad.
Hey, welcome, debt-free dad. All the finance people are coming out today.
Yeah.
Good to have you all. Honestly, I really appreciate it. You mentioned credit score, and you also mentioned FICO score. Could you explain the difference, or is this the difference that Thurs Jan was referring to as far as the mortgage and the loan car and so forth?
Well, it really, because it's like I really use your credit score and your FICO score kind of interchangeably, but there is kind of a difference because I want to say your FICO score, that's what they had came up like a long time ago. That was like the start of it, because it's like the free Isaac reporting. But then, you know, you have your credit scores, and then now they have the Vantage scores. But see, the Vantage scores, that's not what you want. So you really want the FICO 8 or the FICO 9. Okay. And then I want to say last year they were trying to come up with something so that they can stop maybe like the reporting of medical debt, because you know that can really mess up your score. And then I hope that they do something even like with the student loans, because that can mess up your student loan. So I know they had came out with something last year where they were trying to kind of make some changes around the credit score.
All right, so many questions. Credit report. You talked about a credit report. We can pull it for free every year, and even more than that. And what if you do see a something that you don't recognize on your credit score? What can you do?
Yes. So if you see something that you don't like on your credit report, you can always dispute that. So you can depending on which, let's say if you pull it, you know, you're going to pull all three. And let's say you see something that is not right on maybe like your Experian. Usually on the website, it's going to have like an address. Sometimes they even have a phone number. Well, I mean, an address and an email. But people usually say it's better to do a mail something in to say, here, this is incorrect on my credit report. I want to dispute this. And then they'll mail it off so that they can dispute this and then hopefully get it taken off.
Now, a lot of people, and of course, there are a lot of credit report agencies or credit agencies where people go there to help them with to clean up their credit reports or to increase their credit score. Do you need to do that, or can you do it yourself?
No, in my opinion, I think you can do it yourself, because especially if you're paying a fee for it. But see, the thing is, if you have debt and you're paying a fee, if you really write down a plan for yourself, that money you can be paying off the debt. You see what I'm saying? Opposed to paying the company. So I suggest taking the time, you know, blocking off a little bit of time, really understanding it to where, but then like if you have questions to see, it's like now the internet is your friend, YouTube is your friend, Google is your friend. It's nothing that you can't look up, and you can get so many, you can get different viewpoints, but it's just like it's like almost study it. Because see, like me, that's basically what I do. You know,
I know.
This YouTube thing, it's like a part-time job. Like I'm going back to school, because like I really studied it. You know, I'm really researching it and really trying to get the most accurate. And see, for me, I'm speaking of it from my experience, but I really give real true, you know, I give the data. That's what I'm saying. You go over to my channel, like you get all my business. Like I'm really showing, I try to really show receipts and stuff to show you like this is what I'm doing and why and how and all that stuff.
Absolutely. You got to go check out Major Change Group. As she says, YouTube is a university. She literally gives you the goods by looking at her videos. And she's got a lot of videos. She's been doing this what for 3 years now? Did you say 3 years? So that's amazing. This is her channel, Major Change Group. It's as simple as that, Major Change Group. You'll find her over there. Check out her channel. Welcome to Sincere again. Welcome, Debt Free Dad. It's good to have you guys. And big shout out to Gail at night. Gail at night comes on every other Saturday night, and she has a channel herself as well. So thank you all.
Debt Free Dad, he said, yeah, I agree. Most of the credit repair can be done on your own unless you have identity theft. You should consider hiring somebody. And see, that's why I say too, I don't necessarily think that you should pull your credit report weekly. Maybe like now you can pull it monthly or a couple of times, but it's really important for us to really understand, look at our credit card statements, look at our bank statements to see. That way you can catch that stuff on the front end. And that's another reason why I like using my credit cards, because, you know, even though we're out of the holiday season and, you know, all that other kind of stuff, but when you're using your credit cards, most of them, I would say even with your debit cards, because I had Bank of America for a long time. And if something was to happen, like I had no problems getting my money back and all that kind of stuff. But I would say now with your credit cards, if something happens, it's not messing up my regular money. It's, you know, it's the credit card and it's holding that money. But if you stay in communications with the bank, they're going to most of the time help you out on that. And it's not going to be any charge to you. They're going to figure it out.
That's so true, because you know when you use a credit card, you can always dispute it. Whenever if you you know, you make a purchase, or you even that something goes wrong with something, you know, even if you, let's say for example, you go to the restaurant and you don't really want to put down your debit card, because if somebody does happen to use it, they're taking money straight out of your bank, as opposed to if it is your credit card, at least you can dispute that with the bank. I'm not quite sure. Can you dispute a debit card?
Yeah, you can dispute that. See, that's what I was saying. You can dispute a credit. You can dispute. I can say you can dispute a bank card too, a debit card too, because
it's a Visa or MasterCard, right?
A Visa, but see, I bank with a credit union now. I bank with 2 credit unions. I had Bank of America for like 15 years. Like, baby, so mad. So I don't bank with them anymore. But I would say it's been a couple of times where I have had my bank card in my purse, and then let's say they'll send me like an email or a text message, and they'll put some kind of alert, and then like somebody used my debit card number in Florida or somewhere getting some gas or something like that. And then I call Bank of America. Now I will say these days with the text messages and the emails, definitely be careful with the phishing. But really, like if I was to get that kind of email, I would just call the bank up myself, and then they would give all my money. They would give all my money. Really, they would stop it before I almost even knew it, and my money wouldn't even up, and I would still be okay. But now with your credit cards, they even have it to where, like one time I don't know what happened to, I thought I had lost my credit card, but now you can lock your credit card. So let's say if I thought that I lost it, I could lock it to where nobody would be able to use it, and then I end up finding it. But there's so many different things you can do these days with credit cards.
That's true. Actually, I went to a restaurant a couple of weeks ago, and I left the credit card. I couldn't find the credit card at first. So for a whole week, I was trying to figure out, did I leave it? And I had to think back, where was the last place that I remember using it? But that whole week, what I really should have done was to actually lock it. I should have locked it, but
lock it so fast.
Yeah, I just thought I'd left it at home somewhere, and but the great thing was it was at the restaurant where I left it. And so about a week later, I went back to the restaurant and went and picked it up, and there was no funny business. They just kept hold of it.
Great.
Yeah. Let me just give a shout out to Sincere. He says, "Hey, Major Change Group, I respect your empowerment approach as opposed to the people being dependent on you and your information. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can find it for yourself, right? And
Yes.
you give that information out there freely for
Mm-hmm.
people to just pick it up.
Right.
Why did you decide to share this, this information on your channel and really, really hone in on it
Yeah.
and really, really helping people in this area? Why?
That is a great question. I can tell you that like I've always been a traveler and I've always been pretty good with my money, but especially like traveling, and I always had especially, so I used to work at one of the like the drugstore chains, one of the top drugstore chains. And so, I was a manager, I would travel and all that kind of stuff. And then, how sometimes people kind of judge you saying, well, this or that. But I would always say it's not about how much money you make, because even though I might be using my money for travel, like I might be using my money for travel, but y'all are buying TVs. Like I'm gonna get all pretty much all the flat screen TVs that I have are secondhand, or like I got for Christmas or something like that. I had, so it's
Hmm.
like, while y'all might be buying tennis shoes or
Hmm. Hmm.
buying a new TV every Thanksgiving, or buying the video games and all that kind of stuff. Maybe I'm just using I feel like everybody, I'm not going to say some people don't have more money than others, but in my mind, it's not necessarily about how much money you make. It's about, it is, but it's not, because it's like, how are you spending your money? Because if you are just, sometimes people might think they might need to get a second job, but I always say, do you really need to get a second job? Take a look, like you're really working hard,
Mm.
opposed to looking at your money to see, well, how much money do I really have coming in, to where maybe I could just, not even to say that you have to cut things back, but sometimes we're just mindlessly spending $20, $10. Like I love going out to eat, so you just spending money eating out, but then
Mhm.
maybe while I might not need to eat out 5 days a week, what if I ate out 2 times a week, or 3 times a week, and then save the rest of that money? And so people would just always, they would notice that about me. And so I would always, so for years, so I can look back, because this was maybe like right when I had got out of college, and I was driving down the street with a friend of mine, and I was just like, you know what, I really want to, maybe like talk to single mothers, single parent mothers, or women about, or even just people, about how to get their money straight. But see, at the time, I had credit card debt. So I was just like, you know what? That would be kind of a hypocrite. I would be kind of a hypocrite. But see, on the same hand, even though I had debt, I always knew how to manage my money. But still, I guess kind of I was still overspending. But I just wanted to use their money, but then I was paying interest, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Even if I
Mhm.
had maybe the money to pay it off. But it's like I just really changed my mindset on that. So then I would help people out with
Ah.
doing their budgets and stuff. And then like at church, I would help with the, like the college ministry and things like that.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I always thought it would be a different way. And then when I was thinking of having me a YouTube channel, at first I've always actually talked about credit on my YouTube channel, but then I was talking about credit and travel, but now I just transition more so, but I'm not really doing a whole lot of travel right now anyway.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'm more so, but it's like now thinking that I'm talking about this on YouTube, and it's like I'm doing it within my own home,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
I can get it out more, because it's just like, on the one hand, you think, okay, it's only 25 people watching my videos, or 100 people, but then when you look at a whole month, and maybe like 17,000 people, and it's just like, really, like I'm getting it out.
Wow.
I'm getting it out there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
I'm getting it out there even more than I thought that I would.
And that's so good because finances is something that really wasn't taught to a lot of us when we were growing
Mhm.
up. So The more people that can talk about it, and it just to be a natural, normal thing, an everyday thing,
Right.
is so important. So I think your channel is really amazing. I love the content. Every time I get the alert, I'm like, yep, I gotta watch that one. I gotta watch that one. Let me
Yeah,
go
and
to a
then I'm
couple of
really talking about it from more so my experience. I
experience.
do put a little bit more, but it's like most of the time, because when I was talking about increasing my credit score, I tell y'all my credit score, and then I do my budget every month, and it's so funny because like somebody, because I do my budget, and so I have my mortgage on there, and they're like, "Well, how your mortgage that amount? Where you live?"
So they're really into your business. But that's where it came back. It comes back to budgeting, and that's how you started when we spoke at the beginning. You started with budget, and you mentioned
Right.
something that's very important, because even though you might not be necessarily splurging out, but to look at your budget every month, at least then you can see, wow, did I really go out to the restaurant 5 times, or 5 times
Mm.
this week, or you can actually see it on paper, and that's where you can sort of mentally say, you know what, maybe I shouldn't be doing that as much.
Right.
Okay, let me go to another comment. Some pretty good comments in here. So Simsia says, hey, Major Change Group, I respect your oh, done that one already. There was another one. It's this one. I co-sign sincere sentiments. Thank you so much, Major Change Group. Our community needs this information for us to become financially savvy. I love the
Right.
rewards
Mhm.
myself, as flights, lounges are MVP.
Yeah, I'm trying to step my game up that way because see, because really, like when I get into the airport, it doesn't matter. Like I just fall, like I sit down and I fall asleep. Soon as I get on the airplane, I fall asleep. So I've never flown like business class or anything like that. So I don't know. Maybe I will one day.
Yeah, once you get those points up, we're going to come back to what you've gained so far.
Mhm.
She stole my thunder. Hello, hello. Feels like I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, that's first. That's first. Corp. Um, let's see who else. First gen corporate empowerment is the key to people taking ownership of their financial wellness
Mhm.
destiny. Thank you so much, Sincere. Really, really appreciate you being here. Of course, we always thank Gail at night for supporting and moderating tonight. Interesting, says Edward Smart. She stole my thunder. I'm okay, but busy. Blah blah blah. Okay.
In Canada, wow.
Yes. All right. All right. So this is who's this? 5280 Cinema Group TV. Welcome. I haven't seen you before. 5280 Cinema Group TV. Welcome to the show. We really
Hello.
appreciate you. Is this one of your followers?
Well, you know what? I feel like I have seen them in the chat before.
Okay. Nice to have you. Come again. Come again. We always
Hmm.
appreciate you. And don't forget, guys, hit the like button if you come in. Hit the like button on your way in, and just check it to make sure you don't on your way out as well if you haven't already done so. First, then I can make 500 more of me. That would be nice. Thank you
Right.
all,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you all so much. So so let's talk about two things right now.
Hmm.
First thing is, you mentioned the credit score.
Hmm.
What is considered a low credit score, a medium credit score, and a high credit score?
Well, the credit score ranges, I want to say from 350 to 850. So I would say anything below, I mean, I really say anything below a 650 is going to be not good. And I would say probably 680. Well, I would say a 7 or 720. I would say a 720 is good because see, really, like your credit score is going to help you to where you're not paying high interest rates. And then that's so funny that Sophia, she said she was saying something about the Navy Federal because I was just about to say at one point I want to say because it's like my credit score kind of fluctuates a little bit, and but I'm a part of a credit union, and so when I got my car, I thought my credit score was over 700 because I would say for me my credit score has always been pretty good, but then it still kind of fluctuates because I co-sign. So it's like, but on the grand scheme, so when I had got my car, my credit score, I want to say, because they pulled my TransUnion credit score and it was a 681. But even when we having a 681, I was able to get my auto loan, and my interest rate was a 2.19% interest rate. Now, if I was not with that credit union and I probably just went to the bank, like my interest rate probably could have been like a 4 or a set, or maybe like a 6%, and that's
Oh.
gonna make it go up to where I'm paying more interest opposed to being able just to pay the car, down faster. So that's why it's important for us to get our credit scores in order, because let's say, because for me, I don't know whose channel I was on, because it's like cash, like, would you rather have $100,000 for a high credit score? But on the one hand, because it's just like, if we don't have like $100,000 to be able to do things, and because cash is still king, to where if you have the cash, it's not going to matter your credit score. But I don't have $100,000 just sitting around. I didn't have $20,000 just sitting around for me to get the car, so I had to finance it. So if I, most of the time, 90% of people are going to finance a car. They're going to finance a house. They're going to get credit cards. But when you're doing that, do you want high interest rates? No, I do not want a high interest rate, because that's going to be eating up my money. You see what I'm saying? So that's why it's important for even, like getting an apartment, and even getting a job, because like my job, they pulled my credit report. You see what I'm saying?
What kind of job do you have? You're in the health medical field, did you say?
Yeah, I'm in the you can say I'm in the business office. So I'm in the business office.
And they pulled your credit score.
They pulled my credit report.
Wow.
Because see, the thing is, especially like the higher you get up, you get a credit card with them. But if they pull your credit, and then you have a bad credit score, you think they're gonna want to give you a corporate credit card?
That's true. Wow. So that's really interesting, because even though many of us are taught.
Thurs Jan, I want to say Thurs Jan, he's funny.
I'll take the
dinner with Jay-Z. That is so funny.
Welcome, OG Patrice. Welcome to the show. We really appreciate having you with us as well. She just came in not long ago.
Hey there.
These YouTube streets. I love that terminology. She says, "So Bishop, girl, you hanging in these YouTube streets with me and OG Patrice. I see." That's what Gail says. Good to have you guys with us. It's so nice. Yeah, medical places are notorious for that. Yeah. So I was just about to say, though, of course, a lot of us are debt free, or some of us are debt free, and we don't necessarily need to get things out on credit. But at the same time, if you, just like you said at the beginning, if you want to just get some free money, why not? Why not just get a credit card or two or three, and just keep on paying your stuff with the card, and then get those points or get the money. So let's talk specifically about how you were able to get like $1,000 in 2019, $1,500 in 2019, $2,000 2020, and probably more, 2,000.
Probably more this year, because
talk about how it sort of specifically the steps.
Yes. Okay. So what I'll say, because I was even on one person channel, so I want to say 9 credit cards now. So I have 9 credit cards.
Wow.
And I would say probably 2019 till now, that's when I started credit card churning. So I've had credit cards since I was in college, but you know how you just get one credit card every now and then. So in my mind, it's not, because I'm going to do a video on this soon. Do you need one credit card, or do you need a lot of credit cards? You see what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like you don't need a whole lot of credit cards. You see what I'm saying? But it's like, I like to do the credit card churning. Like, the thing is, everything is about having a plan and knowing why you're doing it. You see what I'm saying? So if you're not gonna if you're not going to really, not necessarily take charge, I'm trying to think, but organize it so that you can really understand what you're doing. Because so most recently, I did a little test. I applied for 2 credit cards in one day. So I applied for 2 credit cards in one day. Why did I do that? One, because when you start doing credit card churning, there are rules to this. And some credit card like you can only have so many inquiries. And credit card companies don't like when they see you applying for a whole lot of credit, because they're trying to say, well, why are you applying for all this credit?
Right.
And so, because like I said, this year I'm gonna take a pretty decent trip. Like, what kind of trip can I take? Like airfare, hotel, even put some food in there. How can I get me like New York, Miami? You see, I think I can do it. So I recently, one of the credit cards that I had applied for. Now, most of the time they're gonna have like a minimum spend. So minimally, you have to spend $2,000, $2,500, $4,000, but then you're gonna get some kind of bonus. So I recently applied a few months ago for the Chase Sapphire Preferred credit card, and I was going to get 100,000 bonus points. Where those 100,000 bonus points were going to be equivalent, especially if I use it for travel, for $1,250. But the thing is, what I do, because I budget, how much money am I spending monthly? Because see, the thing is, when I'm using my credit cards, I don't want to manufacture additional spending that's going to make me overspend. I want to really understand my spending to see, okay, every month, how much am I spending? Because I like to use my credit cards like a debit card, but there are a few things like my mortgage and maybe like my insurance that I can't pay with my credit card.
Right.
There is a third-party servicer, but that's something else. But for the most part, like going out to eat, getting gas, getting your toiletries, there are even paying like your NES bill, your water bill. There are some things that you can pay with your credit card to where, let's say if with the one credit card, $4,000 within 90 days. So that's a little bit over $1,000 every month for 3 months. So most of the time I can spend $1,000 just naturally on food, gas, and some other things. So I just with me naturally spending, I'm gonna get $1,000 with my natural spending, and then on top of that natural spending, with the 100,000 bonus points, I'm also gonna get. Am I gonna get cash back? Is it gonna be 5 times the points? Is it gonna be 3 times the points? Like 3 times the points for gas, 3 times the points for groceries. So I'm gonna be getting their bonus, their initial bonus, but then by doing my natural spending, they're gonna give me points as well. And so that's how you end up. But see, I like to do credit card. Like if you're getting into this, possibly see about applying for credit cards that don't have an annual fee.
Oh yes.
So then too, how I feel about annual fees. I'm not a big fan of annual fees, but then also I think if you have a lot of debt, I don't think you should have annual fees, because you can use that money to pay the debt down. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So because I just got into American Express, and their annual fees, they can go up to like 95, 250, 600, 695, and I'm like,
so, talking about annual fees. So I know on one of your videos you said if you would only take a card with an annual fee if it's worth it. If it, let's say you were getting back more than a lot more, than obviously what the fee would be worth. Could you just talk to that point a little bit?
Yeah, and see, I'm kind of being facetious when I talk about American Express, because I know some of the people that have American Express, like like once you get American Express, even with the high fees, there are a lot of perks. Like the Thurs Jan Corp, he was saying, like with the airlines and you going into the lounges and things. So sometimes with some of the credit card companies, maybe you might get a free night stay after a
Mm-hmm.
year.
Mm.
You're getting those points. So most of the time, even if it is a $95 fee, usually you're getting enough perks back to
Mm-hmm.
where
It's
it's
worth
gonna
it.
be zero.
Mm-hmm. That's good. So when you're about to apply for a card,
Mhm.
you really look at it in detail. You really
I
scrutinize
research
everything.
it. Yes, it's like I'm researching it. I'm pulling my credit. I'm looking. I'm searching I'm going online because I want to see, okay, what is the credit score that the company, what credit bureau are they going to pull the credit score from? Because some credit card companies, they don't pull from each of your credit scores. They might only pull from one of your credit scores, like your TransUnion score. So you just, how many inquiries do I have? Have I been applying for a lot of inquiries? Because like when I had applied for the Chase Sapphire Preferred credit card, they were so strict. So you couldn't apply for 5 personal credit cards within a 24-month period of time.
Oh,
And so when I pulled my credit report, okay, if I have 5, when are those inquiries gonna fall off? Because most of the time they'll stay on your credit report for about 2 years.
oh, okay.
Oh, you just want to be, so that's what I'm saying. Like when you're applying for credit cards, you want to be strategic. You really want to have a plan. So
Right,
it was
right.
like I wanted to apply for another credit card, but then I also wanted to apply for the Chase Sapphire Preferred because it had 100,000 bonus points, which was equivalent to 1,200. So it's like I couldn't really apply for another credit card because that was gonna mess up this. So it's like, what is my plan? What is my reasoning?
You got this down to a science,
Yeah.
girlfriend. You got this
And
down to a science.
so,
Let me give a big shout out to Needs Watches. Needs Watches has the coolest voice. Have you seen his videos?
yes,
He's got the coolest voice
it
with such
does.
beautifully shot videos. So big shout out to Needs Watches. Just started maybe the last couple of weeks, so we really want to give you lots of props for getting started. Needs Watches is in the building. Just drop his link in. Everybody go over and check out Needs Watches. His content is just beautiful to watch, if nothing else. It's really, really
And
nice to
Team
watch.
SK, what's up, Team
Welcome,
SK? How
Team
are you doing?
SK as well. If you guys are still rocking with me, please give me a like for the algorithms. Send more people my way, and also if you could just um, tell a friend. If it's your first time here, really appreciate you. We're providing really great content for the month of January. We have the schedule all laid out. We have beautiful people, smart people like Tasha here from Major Change Group.
Thank
On
you.
Tuesday, we had the Intentional Millionaire.
Oh
So for the
yeah,
month
that
of
was
for the,
great.
for the month of January, we're focusing on wealth, finances, professional and personal development, and even we're going to be talking about some health towards the end of the month. So we're going to have wonderful, wonderful content for the rest of this month, as well as going into the month of February. We're starting to put together February schedule already. And if you'd like to be on the schedule, just get in touch with me. And as long as you're providing great content like this,
Right. Look, you
I
might
want
have
you.
to have me watches on your channel for the month of
Yeah,
February, buying those watches for your boo
for
on
for Valentine's,
Valentine's
right?
Day.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Let's go to a couple more um, comments here. First Gen Corporate City Entertainment gets me exclusive
Mhm.
event discounts. My goal is
Yes.
to move up to the American Express Gold Platinum card as my daily card. I want to flex.
Yes.
Not too much though.
That's
Not too
not,
much though.
look, he first year court, he probably got that platinum card. You already know he got that platinum card.
Right, right. The Chase Gauntlet, says Sincere. And Sincere also has a channel. He did his first live show about a week ago. So big shout out to Sincere out
That
there
was a
with the
great show.
beautiful camera and background. Looks
Yeah,
awesome.
he has a really good background.
Right. First Gen Corporate Man, MX changed my life, says Needs Watches. Woo!
Woo.
Okay, major change group. Sophia, I wish I knew your info previously because I applied for 3 credit cards a week apart. Got
Mhm.
2 good first, but not what I wanted. Yes,
Right.
I
Yeah.
tell you, Tasha is giving us really game on this thing.
Mhm.
You have to be organized. Now you are so strategic and so organized. You have to be organized with this. If
Mhm.
you're somebody who is not organized, don't even try this. I would say, right? What would you
Yeah,
say
yeah,
to
I
that?
would say, yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's all that's why for me, it's like I love talking about the credit, and I know that that's really where I get the views, but it's like the budgeting is my passion because I feel like I'm able to do this now because I have my foundation set. My foundation is set, and so I'm able to use my credit cards like a debit card because I'm not holding a balance on the card, and so you just want to get very organized with your stuff to where you can really go kind of beyond. Yes, and then see like hold on, what is
Hey,
this?
hey, 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 hey. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Getty Radio Show. Welcome, Getty Radio Show, and we'll get to the next comment that's coming down. I see it down a little bit further. Let's get to that. That's good. That's good. Tina is saying, I checked on a particular account on Experian, and my
Mm-hmm.
account was closed, and
Ooh.
it stated that I do not owe anything. But now I
Mm.
have another collection company, so called representing and trying to get money.
Whoa. I would really check because I know even for myself, like when I started now, because you have charge cards and then you have credit cards, and charge cards are like the store credit cards. So like when I first was getting, when I was in college, and because I probably had a credit card when I was probably 17 because I worked at JC Penney's,
Hmm.
and that's how I really started. And so I had like all the different charge cards, but then I really transitioned out of that. And while I didn't close it, if you don't use a card for a certain amount of time, sometimes they will close it out. But then I would also, with the collections company, I would just kind of, I even if they're calling, I would not give them any information, but I would really see what company it is and what is it. You see what I'm saying? So really pull your credit report, pull all 3 of your credit reports, look through those credit reports, see what active accounts you have, see what inactive accounts you have, see what if you have any collections, and then really make a plan and really see. So that's what I would do on that. I would really kind of, you don't want to kind of stray away from that because especially those collections that can really mess your credit up.
Mm,
And
yeah.
most of the time you can settle that debt anyway. So
Hmm. Needs watches said, I'll be doing ladies watches too. LOL. I got y'all covered for Valentine's. All right, man. All right, needs watches, man. With his cool persona. It's so
right.
cool. All right, guys. Welcome, Wally. Welcome to the chat here. Salute to the chat and the money talk on the panel. Absolutely, really appreciate you,
With
Wally.
engineering, what's up?
Wealth Talk Engineer. Is that? Oh, I'm a little bit down. Oh yeah, that's Wealth Talk Engineering. That's right. That's Wally. That's right. Okay. Getty Radio Show. Just playing hey to you because I can't get in trouble. We are family here. We're all family here. Everybody knows each other here, right? Let's see. Let's see. Do go ahead and subscribe to Simsea's
Mm-hmm.
channel. He's just getting his live started, and
Yes.
really, really smart guy. Really, 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 he knows his stuff, man. I
Yeah.
tell you the truth. All right, hit the like button if you haven't already done so. My likes are pretty decent today. I'm up to
Ooh,
27
that's
likes. I
great.
want I wonder if I can get to 35 likes today. If you could tell a person, might be able to get to 35 likes today. And if you haven't subscribed, of course, go ahead and subscribe as well. Um, let's see. Let's see. There's the Major Change Group. This is Tasha, everybody. You are listening to Tasha from the Major Change Group. do go ahead and subscribe to her channel if you haven't already done so as well.
Mhm.
Wealth Engineering's here. What's up? What's up? Come on in, get settled down. We've been talking about credit cards and how we can make money from credit cards.
Mhm.
Now, again, I want to just reiterate that this is not for people that, let's say, have a lot of debt. You want to really pay off your debt first before you do stuff like this. Now, Tasha, I gotta ask you this. Let me see if I missed anybody. Oh, big bad bull is here.
What's
Big
going
bad bull,
on?
welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show. We've already been through a lot of content already. We're coming to the home stretch now. Do you get prettier when your credit score is higher? Yes, you do, right? You do. Look, I mean, look at Tasha.
I
Look at
definitely
Tasha.
wish.
Look at Tasha.
Aw.
You know for sure. That's true. I am so happy to see Millissa, Jayne, and Tasha group, Tasha Major Change Group, talking about this game. Valid and verify all collection agencies on your accounts. You're absolutely right. Major Change Group, Tasha, my dear, you got to stay organized. You got to be organized to do this. All right. Now, you talked about you have, what was it, 9 credit cards?
Yes, I have 9 credit cards.
So let us know how you kind of organize them all. Do you have them all on like a spreadsheet? Do you have the dates? And how do you do it, girlfriend?
And so that's why this year on my 2022 digital planner, I ended up adding like a credit card sheet on there. But it's just I don't know, I just get good at it because I know that, let me see, who was this? The corporate he said a keyword. He said the daily driver. So for me, I don't carry around all my credit cards. I have like 1 or 2 daily driver credit cards that I use so that depending upon what I'm trying to, let's say, am I going to the grocery store? Am I doing this? So I have my daily driver credit cards, and then I just make sure that I pay the credit cards off every month. And then especially if I'm trying to increase my credit score, because I wanted to kind of go back to something that you said. Now, because like I'm saying, where I'm at now is not where I have been. So it's been a journey for me. So if somebody is wanting to increase their credit score, and let's say you have a maxed out credit card, it's okay. Just start where you can. And where you can start is just writing things down and really understanding where you actually do stand and creating a plan. And then once you create that plan, just kind of start, so if you're going from a maxed out credit card to, just creating that debt snowball and getting it down, you will just feel so much better opposed to not. So I would just kind of start from there, but kind of where I'm at now. And see that, like I was telling you, MJ, in the beginning, it was one of the credit cards that I had applied for, and I almost got denied because, since I'm really credit card churning, I'm not necessarily really using all these credit cards all the time, and they almost denied me, saying that I had low utilization. So that's why now what I'm trying to do is more so rotate my credit card and using the credit card utilization hack. And so that's why I created that one new in my digital budget planner so that I can keep up with it a little bit more. But that I have notebooks, and then I have my digital, because I'm always writing, like always, figuring it out. Because yes, you have to definitely be organized.
Organized. That's the key thing. I gotta show you this one. Well, Simsia says, Wealth Engineering Major Change Group is very pretty.
Oh
shout out to that camera for letting her beauty come through. Where have I been? He says. Lovely. You look absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely gorgeous. I think they're shooting their shot today. All right. So let us go ahead and show. Let's go ahead and show them, number one, that they can get a free offer. They can get a free monthly budget Should we show them that how they can get that free monthly budget? All right, guys, you can get a free monthly budget just by going to your website. Is that correct?
Because see, so this year I thought I'm gonna do it so simple because every month I was updating the free budget and debt repayment template because I would put the month with the dates and everything. And I said this time I'm gonna do it. It's just gonna be a very basic a free debt repayment, that way you can just get your stuff in order. And so you can go over to that site and get the free, just put your email in there. And then once you get it one time, you can just every month, you can pull it back up and it's digital. You just type your information in there.
All right, guys. So this is the first thing that we're going to give you for free. We're doing some giveaways now for you. The first thing you can get is the free.
That's free.
The free budget, monthly budget. Just print this out. Put your information
and it has in. Debt repayment at the bottom. You just.
It's a fillable. It's a fillable form.
Oh,
it's a fillable PDF form, so you can actually do it online if you want, or you can print it out and do it manually as well. So that's the first thing. Again, if you want to get that, it's free on her website, majorchangegroup.com. Let me just drop this in the chat for you. Majorchangegroup.com. This is the free thing. Anybody can get that. But in addition to that, let me see a number 1 in the chat if you want something else. If you want something more, give me a number 1 in the chat if you're not just satisfied with just the freeness. If you want something more. So I've dropped the website link in there. And we are also going to give you something else because we're very generous here. If you come on the show here, if you come in, just drop me a number 1 if you want to get something more than the freeness, because the freeness is good, but there's something else that might be even better. And I'm going to pull up my giveaway tool. And remember, we featured the giveaway tool recently. Of course, you might have seen the giveaway tool being done on Blind Guy His Life. They do the giveaway tool all the time. And even Before the Billions has used the giveaway tool.
I'm going to have to use this. This is really cool.
It's very, very good. And I'll show you how to use it on one of my other videos. So just drop me a number 1 if you're interested in getting some more stuff here. But Major Change Group, I tell you, I think the key thing about getting, using credit cards in the right way is staying organized, documenting everything, and just having the aptitude for it. I don't think that everybody could do it because what you're doing is actually pretty sophisticated. The way how you're juggling 9 different credit cards.
But you know what? And see, that's why I really like Dave Ramsey. I don't like all of his principles because, I love credit cards, but I can definitely say if it wasn't for me at a time not using credit cards, it really gave me the foundation to really understand because like you said, like growing up, I don't know that we're just really taught about how to use credit cards appropriately. And so you just kind of learn. And then I think listening to Dave Ramsey, because I would, I'm here in Nashville, Tennessee. And what's so funny, I want to say 2020. Well, even though I'm here in Nashville and I knew about Dave Ramsey, 2020 was the first time that I actually went to the Dave Ramsey studios.
Oh, you did?
Yes, I went to the Dave Ramsey studios. Now he was not there; they were not recording, but I actually still got to tour the studio.
Oh, okay.
And it is really nice. It's in Franklin, Tennessee. And but even though I like to use credit cards, it's just a discipline, and I really think, and that's why I really talk about the foundation of getting our money straight, because I think it's just I think it's a freedom. I really think it's a freedom in getting your money straight, because one, to know that I can, I'm in control of my money. I tell my money what to do, and I'm able to just actually I know how much money is coming in compared to how much money is going out. How much money do I have to do things with? Is there a new pair of sneakers that I want to get? Is there a concert, that I want to go to? Can I actually do the things that I want to? And I'm not living check to check, nickel and diming and things like that or I'm not, worried, having to go out on dates, for food and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And so, I think that we just have to get our finances in order because, in this world that we live in, there are, there are stressors, and we don't want our money to be one. I don't want my money to be one.
Right. So we got some funny business going on in here. Listen to wealth engineering. Wealth engineering says sincere. The international millionaire and Tasha look great together. You're too late. They're trying to shoot their shot there. And Sophia says, I have a really big reusable bag. What does that mean? Reusable bag? I'm not quite sure what she's referring to there. Getty says, Sincere salute. All right, well, I think we're about ready to do our little our draw. Sincere, one, where do I go to fill out the FB application at Millissa Jayne? Financial Independence Bay. I don't know what you're talking about, Sincere. Oh, you trying to fill it out for Tasha? Is that what you're talking about? They're trying to get me you, girlfriend. Tina Azal says she's just subscribed through the website, I believe. First Gen Corporate. I must say, I love when women can talk intelligently about personal finances. Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, look, that's the thing. I'm gonna make $1 stretch now.
She gonna make that money stretch long,
make that money
and we both benefit. That's right.
Like if I made, because I don't make $100,000. Like if I made $100,000. It would just be great. But then on the other hand, since I'm good with the money, since I make the money work that I have now, being able to save, because even when I was paying off my car last year, I actually, because it was like I was doing two things kind of at one time. So I started doing I did the 2021 Major Change Group Savings Challenge. So I wanted to save $5,000 in 26 weeks, 6 months, but I really ended up saving $10,000 within a year. So it was just like really like understanding how much, and then just to know like I have this much money left over. And then on the one hand, I would still do stuff, with my money. Like if I really, sometimes you can cut back a little, but if I really, especially if I just really cut back even more, like I really could save. And it's just like, like I said, crunching the numbers gets me excited. Then it's just like, when I'm crunching the numbers, and then it really gets me excited to keep going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Right. You're awesome. You are so awesome, Tasha. I love it. All right. So I want you to show one thing. Give me a thumbs up or give me a number one. Intentional Millionaire. If I have permission to play just 2 minutes of your most recent video, let me know in the chat if I have permission to play your most recent video. I know it's probably yes, but I just want to be respectful and to ask your permission before I do so. All right, and then while we're waiting for that, because there's like about a 30-second delay, the Major Change Group also has another thing that she wants to give away today, partially. So this is where you're going to take part in the as part of the giveaway tool. So what I want you to do, guys, is to put in hashtag MJ Nation, because you guys are rocking with me today. That means you're part of MJ Nation. All right. So what we're going to do on this one, Major Change Group, just go ahead and talk about this this product that you have here.
Yes. So this is my second edition of my digital budget planner. And so, like I said, when you are starting to budget your money, even if you just have to start with the a piece of paper, a pen and a paper, or I have the free digital, I have the free budget and debt repayment template as well. But then I also have this digital planner. And if you come over to my channel, I budget every money. So y'all up in my business every month because I'm budgeting my money every month. But you can see me use the planner. So I use the planner every month just to keep organized, so it has a calendar. And then this year I added a goal planner, and I added a card template, and I added a savings kind of planner just to keep you organized.
So this is actually more than I thought. This is actually a whole planner for the whole year. Is that right?
That's a whole planner for the whole year. And then yeah, it's in a, like I'm telling you, MJ. Oh my gosh, I created this, and it's digital, and it is linked. So it's linked. So it's a planner, but then it's actually
come on.
Yeah, so
come through. Wow, Adrian Nash, welcome, Adrian Nash. So this, I don't know if you guys can see this clearly enough, but it says includes. This is the Major Change Group 2022 Digital Budget Planner.
76 pages.
76 linked pages to be used in digital note-taking apps like Good Notes.
Right.
It includes 12 monthly calendars, 12 monthly goal planner, 12 monthly budgets, 12 debt repayment templates, 12 credit cards, info tracker. No, that's what I want, is the info.
Yeah.
Man. And then 12 note pages and 1 savings planner.
Yeah.
And you said this is your second version of this?
Yeah, this is my second version, and I added the goal planner, the credit card tracker, and the savings. And so that's why I have the free budget too, because like for this one you have to use it in a note-taking app. And I know some people don't have the note-taking app, and so that's what I'm saying today. We're gonna do a giveaway, and so I'm gonna so like I want to say Good Notes is either $7.99 or $8.99. So I'm gonna give a $10 gift card, but it'll be digital. But then also we'll give away a digital planner as well.
Okay, guys. So drop in MJ Nation if you want to be in the run-ins for this package. This is a huge bundle here.
Right.
Let's take a look at it. We have this going on.
Yeah, because see, like let's say with your iPad, and then you have like with your iPad, and then you have your pencil with your iPad, and then you just go through the different pages, and so it's all digital.
Listen, man, we're in the digital age. We're in the digital age. So this looks like a really, really good package here. Welcome, Adrian Nash. Guys, drop in MJ Nation if you want to be in the run-ins for this, and we're going to do a draw right in a few minutes. We're going to do a draw if you want to be a part of it. I see that Sophia is interested in this. We see that Wealth Engineering looks like he wants to be a part of the thingy. Simsia wants to be a part of the run-ins, as well as Gail at Night. So drop in hashtag MJ Nation, and you can get a discount of that absolutely amazing bundle there. MJ Nation, if you want to be a part of this drawing. All right, I really, really appreciate you guys. We're going to do the drawing. Knees Watches has put his hashtag in there, MJ Nation. That's who we are today. You're rocking with me. My name is Millissa Jayne. I'm MJ, not Michael Jackson. No, it's Millissa Jayne. And we're going to do the drawing. Is everybody in? Are we ready? Are we ready to get this? Oh, Tina, you know that you should be getting this. No, it's MJ.
The coupon code is MJ Nation 22 for the coupon code. But I think for the drawing to get a free one, just MJ Nation.
Yeah, just hashtag MJ Nation. Let me just show you what it looks like. Hashtag MJ Nation. It looks like this, guys. MJ Nation. You gotta drop it in like this. You gotta drop it in like that. Let's do this. Oops, I need to get you back here as well. Okay, I guess I can't do it like that. All right, MJ Nation guys, interested? Put in MJ Nation, hashtag MJ Nation, and we're going to take the draw. I see you put it in there, Tina. Beautiful. Big Time Drum is in the building. Big Time Drum has just joined us. Welcome, Big Time Drum. We are coming to the end of this one. It has been so fabulous. And we're going to do a little summary after we finish this draw, Tasha. Okay. MJ Nation dance. Oh, not today. Listen, guys, my birthday's coming up on January the 14th. What day is that?
Oh, okay.
What day is the 14th? The 14th is the Friday. So I think we're going to have an MJ Nation dance party.
That's gonna be so fun.
You're gonna come. You all gotta come, and you all gotta be prepared to dance as well on camera. So.
I don't know about that now.
So we're gonna do that on the 14th. That's the Friday the 14th, possibly. I'll let you know what date that's gonna be for sure. All right. I think everybody's put it in here. Everybody's put it in. Are we good for the drawing now? Let's see what she said. You already know the intentional millionaire. I am showing my competitive spirit. You know, FIB are hard to come by. What's FIB? Oh, financially independent. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Got you. I love that terminology. FIB. All right, Big Time is here. All right. I think we are ready. We are ready to pull our thingy bob. Are we ready to pull it? I'm not co-signing. Oh, we're going to talk about co-signing as well.
Oh my word.
All right, we are ready to pull it. Are you ready, guys? Hold your breath now. Let's go. All right, we got Sincere, we got Gail, Tina, we got Needs, Adrian, Sophia, Thurs Jan, Gail, Wealth Engineering, Adrian, Ash, Gail at night. Oh, Wealth Engineering won it. Wealth Engineering won it. He's a big money man.
Wow.
Congratulations, Wealth Engineering. Please, guys, just drop just congratulate him in the chats for us.
Yes, and I have his email address, so I can email him, and then he'll get a $10 gift card as well, so that he can get the note-taking app. But because I don't know if he budgets, but if he wants to gift it to somebody else, let me know.
Yeah, if you want to gift it to anybody in the chats, let us know when we can select somebody from the chat right now. I know there's probably one or two people who probably
Wealth Engineering hacked the drawing.
What do you say? Oh, that's because his name's Wealth Engineering, so he can just engineer all the wealth to him.
Right. I'm trying to get like him. I'm trying to get my net worth up.
right. Rigged says Sincere.
Rigged. We
don't do any rigging here. Let's give him another big congratulations. Big congratulations with the fireworks. Congratulations with the fireworks.
Oh my
God. Congratulations with the fireworks. Woo.
Wow.
All right. Let me get my banner back. Let me get my red and white banner back here. Yes. All right. Okay. So next thing to do is talk about co-signing real quick. What are your thoughts about co-signing or not co-signing?
Okay, so my thoughts on co-signing is I think there's an alternate to co-signing. I do have my own co-signing story, and I'm not a big fan of it. I can't say for myself, because see, that's why my credit score kind of fluctuates, because I did co-sign, and the thing is, when you co-sign, you are literally saying that you are gonna take, it's not just that person, it's both of you. So however it's impacting them, it's impacting you. And so like if the person is making late payments and things like that, it's going to impact your credit. And so that's how it impacts my credit as well. And so I would say it's best to do maybe like authorized user. So let's say if you have somebody that is, let's say you have kids, Let's
Mm.
say they're 15 or 16, or let's say you have a husband or wife that, and let's say I'm gonna say, let's say the husband has a good credit score, the wife does not have a good credit score, and the husband wants to add her onto one of his credit cards because what helps your credit? You want to have good payment history, good utilization, the length of credit. You want to have good length of credit. Not applying for a whole lot of credit cards, but also doing it in a strategic way if you're going to do it in a new credit. So let's say he has a credit card that maybe he has had for 15 years. If he adds you onto that credit card, you're basically going to be piggybacking off of that credit card to where you're going to get that history, and that's going to help to increase your credit score. But that's why I always, oh my goodness
Wow.
gracious, that's what I'm saying.
Uh-uh.
Mm-mm.
Wow. I
Yeah,
co-signed for a friend. She disappeared. I had to pay her car off. So I could
yes,
keep my car. This was
right.
25 years ago. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, see, that's
That's
what I'm saying. Like
bad.
co-signing, everybody has good intentions in the
Mm.
beginning. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But see, why I think doing an authorized user, because with co-signing, you're really giving up your power.
Mm.
You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because they have the power over you, because if they stop paying it, you have to take over it. You see what I'm saying? But if you do
Mm-hmm.
an authorized user, then you're kind of helping them, you're piggybacking. But see,
Mm-hmm.
it still goes back to creating a plan for yourself. It's just like
Mm-hmm.
you just don't want to wake up one day and say, I want to buy a house, or I wake up one
Mm.
day and I want to buy a car. And
Mm-hmm.
unless you are, your car is going downhill, but maybe you kind of know your car is going down here and you know that you're going to need another car. So that's why you want to plan. So when you're adding somebody as an authorized user on their credit card, that's going to take a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
So give yourself a little bit of time with that. But I can say for myself, even when I talk about this, people say that they help their sister out, they help their
Mm-hmm.
kids out. Let's say they're 15 or 16. If you go ahead and add them as an authorized user, now you don't have to give them the card. You
Mm-hmm.
don't have to give them the card. All you have to do is add them on there, and that's going to help them with their credit score. And then let's say when they get 18 and they're ready to go out, their credit score is going to already be good. Or but I think doing it that way you can have control over that, and it's not going to hurt you if you ask somebody as authorized user and you don't give them a credit card, opposed to co-signing, unless, because like co-signing for a car loan, let's say that's going to be $15,000 or $20,000. Like, I would not want to be making a $500, or because the
Mm.
average
That's
car
wow.
loan is $500, but my car loan was 357.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't even want to pay $250. You see what
Trust
I'm
me,
saying?
I know,
I wouldn't even want to pay $100. Like, that's not mine. I would not
right?
want to do that. You see
Pay
what
for
I'm saying?
something that's not yours and that you're not respect. How you feel really really awful against that person as well because they
Yeah,
made you have
because
to do this.
that's gonna change the dynamic, because like I said, everybody kind of starts out in a good way, but if something happens, and then even if the friendship breaks up or the
Mhm.
relationship breaks up,
Mhm.
and then or let's say something happens in their financial area and they can't pay, then the
Right.
bank is only seeing you as a co-signer. They're saying this person is not paying, you have to pay. So it doesn't matter what your financial. So like if you can do it, and you're not gonna mind paying it, then yes, I would say do it. But I really would say really consider and really think about it. How is this gonna impact our friendship, our
Mhm.
relationship? Can I afford to do this if they don't do it? And how is
Mm.
it gonna impact me?
Mhm.
Because it really does, that's really not something, I don't think that's really something that you want to do.
Yeah. Again, you've given such great information. Welcome, Friendsgiving. Welcome to the channel. We
Friendsgiving.
really really appreciate you for being here as always. Um, you have to be strategic if you're going to co-sign for somebody. Then yes, you have to accept that if all else fails, you're gonna have to pay
Mhm.
that bill. And if you're not prepared to do that,
Right.
then do it. I personally, I'm not going to be co-signing for nobody. I like what you said about you can have somebody as an authorized user on your card.
Yeah.
Even as children, let them have it, do it from when they're small, so that it helps to build their credit. So
Yeah,
that
yeah. Let's say
when they're
15, let's say
yeah.
15. That's gonna give more than enough time
Hmm.
for them.
As long as you're responsible and you're not going to mess up your kids' credit, as long as you're responsible. Again, we have to go back to the responsibility. If you're disciplined and all of those good things that we talked about at the beginning, you can't you don't want to mess up anybody's credit either. So
Right, yeah. And see, at
yeah.
that point, you're not because I've added people as an authorized user, and now see the only thing is if you take that person off, then they're gonna lose all of that history. So
Yeah, the
yeah.
pros and the cons. All right, so I think we're coming
Oh,
we're
big
coming to
time drum said, would you co-sign for your husband?
ooh. Ooh.
That is a good one.
That's a good question. That's a good question. Oh, let me think. Let me think about that one. That's a. Let me think about that one. I've never been asked that question before. I've never had to think about that as yet. But let me think about it. I'll get back to you on that one.
That's a great one.
Okay. So Tasha, I think we've gone through the majority of everything as far as the real the Sophia's laughing at that one. The the benefits, the pros and the cons of using credit cards. Of course, if you can't use credit cards responsibly, it's like drink responsibly, right? If you can't use them responsibly, then stay away from them. But there's a lot of things that you can do that can really benefit you. Why not get a couple of $100 or $1,000 for the year by just by spending money that you're going to be spending anyway on your utilities and so forth? Just put them on a credit card, pay your bills off each month, and let those points rack up. I'm going to have to calculate how many points I have. I mean, of course, I don't have 9 cards, but I made some money this year on my credit cards too, by the cash back.
You don't need 9 cards. That's what I'm saying, because I'm definitely gonna do a video to talk about this, because even if you have one, because you got to think, if I'm trying to spread the wealth on a lot of cards, am I really maximizing the points? You see what I'm saying? So most of the time, I'm gonna be maximizing it on the front end, not the back end. But I would say, to me, I would think you would get more bang for your buck, maybe 1 or 2 credit cards. And so I am gonna do a video on that pretty soon.
And the planner is like, I didn't realize it was all that. I just thought it was just like one planner thing, but because it's all connected, it has so many different aspects to it.
Yeah, it is. I think that people, it took me hours. It took me hours to do it.
I can imagine, but it really looks awesome. So congratulations on that. I really think that you're going to do well with that.
He said, man, why do you all have to think about that so hard? Well, I never answered it. I would say I don't know, Millissa, I want you to answer it first.
I'm not going to answer it today. I have to think about it, because I have to think about it. But yeah, no, he's not watching. But he said I have to don't put yourself in trouble if with the wrong answer, because he's watching. He's not watching. But listen. What are these things?
It's gonna be our money anyway, and I would hope that I would marry somebody that is good with their money just as I am good with my money. So technically, we would be using our money to pay it off. So I don't know.
No, see, there's different ways. There's different ways to do that. So that's why I hesitate. So yeah. Man, why do you have to think so hard, Millissa? I made you think. It's so bad. You're gonna have to watch the show. I'll tell you what, Simpson. I don't think you saw this, but watch the show that I did with Marlene TV, and that tells you about my journey into being credit free, debt free. It shows you about my journey in being debt free. So I don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize my debt-free status.
Yes, you have a really good, even how you started, because that's why because when I saw, I was like, I gotta get you on my channel, because that story was amazing, and just how you have everything that you've done, like that, like I want to be in that position,
And you will. You
Yeah.
will very, very soon, because I mean, already
Yeah.
I see the pathway that you're going to. So with your discipline, girlfriend,
Yeah,
you got that.
yeah, because right now,
You
because I don't have any. The only thing I have is my mortgage and my student loans.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So can you just give us a quick wrap up, a summary of what we spoke about today, as far as what people need to do in order to let the credit cards really, really pay them, or just to be responsible with the credit cards, in your words. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna give you
yeah.
the full screen here.
Yes, everybody. It was y'all asked some really good questions today. And overall, we were just talking about, I really like to use my credit card as like a debit card. But as I say, start where you can. So one, you want to pull your credit report so that you can see where you're starting. Do you have any debt? And then just consider doing a debt snowball to get that debt paid down. Once you get that debt paid down, really try to figure out a way to be disciplined with using your credit cards. That way you can use your credit cards like a debit card, and that way you can get money from the banks and not you paying interest, to where you can get the points. Because see, I say, like if you use your credit card all year, at the end of the year, basically you can buy gifts with your points. You don't have to use your own money. And so pull your credit card. Our credit score is made up of 5 points: our payment history, our credit utilization, our length of credit, our new credit, and our credit mix. So our payment history and our credit utilization, those two are worth 65 points. So one, we want to make sure that we are paying our bills on time. Do we need to set up bill pay, or do auto pay on some of our bills? Because sometimes it's not necessarily that we're not making enough money, but are we really organized with knowing how much money we have coming in compared to going out? And so just set those things up that way. And then with your credit utilization, do you have maxed out credit cards over 30%? If you do, just do that debt snowball to get that debt paid off, and then pay your credit cards off every month, or use the credit card utilization hack. That way you can have you can show that you're using the credit card, but pay the credit card off to where you're not paying interest on the credit card. And mainly it's just getting our money straight so that we're not living check to check, and we're having and taking control of our money. That's the main thing that I want to say. Budgeting is not restrictive. Budgeting is not bad. It's really freedom and power. I really say it's freedom and power, so that we can really create the things that we want in our life.
Beautiful, Tasha. That's beautiful. I really, really appreciate you being here on MJ Live. I want to just do one more thing. I just thought about something. Just to, in my way of helping to promote your channel, I'd like you to say who you are, what your channel is about, and mention that you were on Millissa Jayne's show, and just under 1 minute. I want you to do this in 1 minute, and I'm going to repost this on my Instagram page. All right, so I'm going to give you a countdown, which you'll see on the top right of the screen above my head, and take it away. All right, so here we go.
Hey everybody, I'm Tasha from the Major Change Group. Excited to be on the Millissa Jayne Talk and Tech and Talk channel. Today we have been talking about, one, how to get our money straight so we're not living paycheck to paycheck, how to get our credit in order so we're not asking people to co-sign for us, and then talking about how we can use our credit cards like a debit card so that we can make money off of our credit cards and not pay the bank.
All right, you had 30 more. You had like 30 more seconds, but that's good. That's fine. That's fine. As long as you're under a minute,
Okay.
I can use that on my Instagram and on my on my Instagram.
Okay, I
Oh,
hope that was good.
that was good. That was good. Well done, Tasha. It was really, really nice having you on the channel. As a matter of fact, let's just talk a little bit more, like just the next 2 minutes or so. When you started your channel, and what what sort of things did you do to grow your channel and to get monetized?
Yes, that is a great question. I want to say shout out to Rod from the Points Blank Travel
Hey Rob,
channel.
nice to have
Yes,
you.
y'all have
Welcome,
to check him
welcome.
out. And he has a second channel, Points Blank Finance. And
Ooh.
yes, he has a lot of great information. You talking about information? He has it.
Ooh.
Um, so ask me that question again. Sorry.
Oh, no, no problem. Yeah, talk about how you got started with your channel
Oh
and
yes,
how you got monetized. Give us a couple of tips because I haven't given any tech tips today. So I'm gonna ask you for some tech tips on how you grew your channel.
yes. I would say the main way I was able to grow my channel is really understanding your YouTube analytics. Because what at first, you just want to get out content. And I think that that's good in the beginning because you want to see kind of what your subscribers, or not even, because to me, I hate to say it, it's not necessarily about subscribers, it's about who's watching the content. All right, because see, typically more than 75% or even more of the people are not even subscribed to your channel that are watching your
Mm.
content, when you
Oh,
take a look at your analytics.
interesting.
And so what I always tried to do was get my views through search, like really understand, because YouTube is a search engine. What are people typing in so that when they type that question in, my video can pop up? And it was like, once I kind of learned how to do
Mm.
that, I
Mm-hmm.
think that really kind of helped my channel. But I would say, when I was really trying to get monetized, because I definitely know how it is trying to get the 1,000 subscribers and then trying to get the watch time. Because I feel like people these days, like they're getting the subscribers really fast and even the
Mm.
watch hours. But I want to say it took me a year to get my 1,000 subscribers. And then it maybe took me 2 year maybe to get
Mm.
monetized. It took me another year to get, because I wasn't monetized until 2020. That's when I was monetized.
Mm-hmm.
But I was joining like YouTube groups. When they say you're in the YouTube streets, like I was in these YouTube streets, man. I was going to lives, doing the live, because it would be YouTube kind of content creator lives. But
Mm-hmm.
I do want to say that you just have to be careful with that,
Mm-hmm.
because because especially if you have a lot of content creators subscribing to your channels, because we want to watch each other's videos, but
Mm-hmm.
then also they're trying to create content as well, and so sometimes
Mm-hmm.
you just get so busy. But if
Mm-hmm.
those people are not watching your content, and then especially if you get monetized, you might start to see a kind of a dip
Mm.
in, maybe like your watch hours or stuff. So I would, I had joined Facebook groups. I joined,
Mm.
I was in the YouTube streets just trying to get those watch hours. I will say, even kind of at the end, because at the end I really even started watching my own content, because y'all we know we got about 50. We got how many TVs in the house? We got a TV in every room. We got an iPhone. We got an iPad. And so, we got about three YouTube, channels. We got that one where we put in our videos, and then we got one or two that's our burner YouTube channels. And so I started watching my own content. I started so especially at nighttime, I would have two devices. I would have two devices to where I was running my content at night, just to get monetized, just to get my watch hours, because
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it could be hard to kind of get the watch hours. And then I didn't necessarily always like people to say, can you run my playlist? And then you don't know if they're going to run a playlist and all that kind of
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So I
Mm-hmm.
just started figuring it out for myself. So
Okay.
you can run your own playlist, but then if you run it again, because you'll see if it's red. But just what you have to do is clear your history, clear your YouTube
Right.
history so that it's not red, and then you just run it, and then you wake up, you're like, boom, how many hours did I get? You will kind of figure it out. But then it's like now, like I don't really, even like when I post videos, it could be days before I even watch my own. So it's like sometimes, kind of in the beginning, we'll kind of figure out little tips and tricks on, on how to do it. So,
That's good. That's good. Cynthia says Major Change Group is giving up too much of the juice. That's fabulous. Absolutely amazing. So I've really enjoyed this content. I'll tell you, really good.
TV, even the
TV. My phone and my computer is my television. Listen, let's run each other's. Well, we tried the whole running each other's playlist, but we got kind of dinged for that.
I'm not saying not to do it, but I feel like once you kind of figure it out, because you'll have the true people. Hey Tara, you'll have the true people that will help you, and they'll say that they'll do what they say that they're gonna do. And but just kind of doing it that way.
I love you, Tasha. You are too funny. It says point blank travel. All right, so I made a few new friends in here tonight. Listen, guys, if you're here for the first time, this is the kind of content we bring you every week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna be for the month of January. It's already locked in. I've already got my schedule locked in. We're going to be having Before the Billions on Tuesday, and we're going to have somebody else on Thursday, and all great content. So do come back and let people know where you're getting it from.
Oh, that's a great question.
Is question from Peter: is better to core audience of repeat customers or a large numbers of alliances or newer subscribers?
I say core audience. And that's why I really like the lives, because the lives really helps it to where people, because I feel like when I do the live, like here, you can really get a true sense of my personality. Like this
right.
True sense of especially when you're talking for like 2 hours, your personality, is gonna come out compared to in an 8-minute video. I'm just trying to get to the point, but here you can really see my true personality and all that kind of stuff, and see, kind of fun. And like I always try to respond to comments, and try to really, because you're trying to get a tribe, get a tribe, and in that way we're sharing information and we're helping each other out. But then that's why so I think it's twofold. So you want a tribe, you want to grow, you grow your tribe, but then also I like to put my content in a way to where I'm researching what I'm putting out to see what are people really typing in as it relates to credit cards, so that my videos can be pulled up in search, so where I'm not having to do the hard labor. We don't want to have to do the hard labor. We want YouTube. So how can you figure? And that's why I say it's very, very important for us to understand our YouTube analytics, because they give us all the information, but we have to really do the research to figure it out.
Absolutely. And again, the link to Major Change Group, Tasha's been dropping, sorry, not Tasha, Gail's been dropping it all night, but it's just that simple, Major Change Group, and she has explained exactly what her channel is about if you're hearing it for the first time. And also, if you're here for the first time on my channel, this is mostly what I do is tech stuff, is actually teaching you how to do things with StreamYard, how to post on Instagram, how to do stories, just how to use social media for non-techies. If you feel like you know what, I'm not a techie, I'm not into all these different things.
I need to set up an appointment. I have a camera over here that I'm so mad I spent this money on, and I'm still recording with my cell phone.
So that's definitely where I can help you guys. If you feel like if you're non-techie, I can help you with your social media, in particular digital marketing, like your ebook that you put together and all of that digital stuff. That's what I do. I help with email marketing. I help with all the different digital marketing platforms. All right, guys. So just let me know if you need any help with any of that. As a matter of fact, I have a few of my students in here. Tina has been on a couple of my courses in the past.
Have a good night, Tina.
Bye, Tina. Thanks for being here. I know we're keeping you a little bit long, but I'm going to try to keep these sessions down to 2 hours, at least under 2 hours in the future. All right, Tasha, I want to say a big, huge thank you so much for being on my channel tonight. I
Thank you
really
for
enjoyed the
having me.
content, and I know that everybody's enjoyed the content. Listen, guys, if you've enjoyed Tasha tonight, please just give me a big hashtag Tasha in the chats as well tonight as we bid you good night. If anybody wants to come up, of course, I'll just drop the link
That would
in.
be great.
I don't want to keep you any longer, but if you're available, and people don't usually come up, but I'll just drop it in just in case anybody wants to shoot their shot or anything at all. The link is there.
That is so funny.
People be shooting their shot all night, man. If anybody wants to come up, just feel free to just come up and give Tasha a greeting or anything you want. You don't have to spend a long time. We're not going to be here. We're not going to be here all night. This is not going to be a long stream tonight. Absolutely not, because I don't really plan to do too much of a big long stream anymore. But if you,
I really enjoyed myself and enjoyed the chat.
Yeah, the chat was awesome tonight, man. The chat was on fire. You guys big up yourselves as well. Big up yourselves as well. I'll leave this link for just 5 minutes. I'm going to give you guys not 5 minutes, just 1 more minute. I'm going to wait for I'm going to put my countdown up. I'm going to give my 1 minute countdown up. I'm going to have to put you over there.
So cool.
There you go. The 1 minute countdown. If you don't come up by 1 minute, we are shutting this thing down.
Yeah, I'm
big shout
out.
out.
Me a video or two tonight.
Shout out to Peter Investor, Point Blank Travel, Sophia Sharif, Thurs Jan, Gail at Night, Tina Azell, Peter Investor. Oh, somebody's come up. Thurs Jan is coming up. Okay, let's see what Thurs Jan is going to say. Hey, Thurs Jan.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes, we can. How are you?
I'm all right this evening. First and foremost, thank you so much, Millissa, for hosting the stream this evening. And a big shout out to you, Major Change Group, Tasha. Like I said, I love women who can speak intelligently about personal finance. I love personal finance myself. I'm getting a bag out there, rapidly increase my net worth and doing all those great things. But it's good for our community because, personal finance is seldom taught. That's one of the things I had to learn on my own. There's really no one around me who taught me these things. But, through the interwebs and reading a lot of books, I'm able to, accumulate knowledge that helped me on a great track record for personal finance. So big shout out to you. Yep. Big shout out to you, Tasha, for educating everyone because it's extremely important.
It is.
To have good personal finance skills.
Yep.
That's great. Thank you for coming up, Thurs Jan. And you're a young guy, right?
Yes, I am. Yep.
Yeah, he said he's because I know how that is, end of month and all that kind of stuff. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, corporate world.
You.
Yeah, it's really busy this time of year.
Do you listen to Intentional Millionaire?
No, I don't.
Oh yes, you have to listen to his channel.
Yes. Number one, I did a live stream with him on Tuesday. You can definitely check some of that out if you want to. But go over to his channel. His channel is geared towards young men. It's geared towards young men, and he's a millionaire. He's got his millionaire portfolio, and he shows young men in particular how to do the same. So you definitely want to check him out.
And I would say we have a lot of good guys in this space, intentional millionaires, wealth engineering. Like wealth engineering has a lot of great information.
That's true.
Points blank travel, he has a lot of good information. And then he has points blank finance because I know sometimes, men or rather listen to men and, that's why I just give it from my point of view and you can take it, however you want it. But there are definitely some great guys in the space that, can help you out. Mm-hmm. And then even Sim, like I want to say his first video was about getting the finances in order. So even I know he's really getting his channel up. So I know he's probably going to be dropping even more gems as well. So there, but it sounds like you have a good head on your shoulders and you understand, but really to get a group of people to help understand even more is great.
Yeah, you just say I'm doing a damn thing out here, right? So I'm on my way to $1 million. Gonna get the multi-millions, later. But so it's like I'll listen information from anyone. Gender. There's no gender preference. That's why it's so refreshing to hear you speak tonight, Tasha, because personal finance is traditionally dominated by men. So when I hear a Black woman who's able to speak articulately and intelligently about the subject, it's extremely important, extremely vital. Because the Black community, our personal finance is not always the best, and in particular, women, because the gender pay gap and negotiation for salaries and things like that, and even in the investing, maybe a little bit more men probably more exposed to those type of arenas than women. So it's extremely important, particularly when you get towards retirement age, to make sure you have sufficient funds to be able to enjoy your retirement.
Yes, that's why you got to even listen to Millissa Jayne when she was on Marlene TV, because she, like, her story, like, she has set herself up amazing.
Thanks, I appreciate that, Tasha. Absolutely. Yeah, we can all help each other, definitely. All right, so we're not going to be here too long. Anything else you wanted to say first, Jen? I really appreciate you for coming up.
Does he have a YouTube channel?
Yes, I have a YouTube channel, but I'm like one of those like anonymous like lurkers on the web. You can subscribe, but I don't plan to upload anything on there. But I visit channels like Millissa Jayne, Before the Billions, and now I'm gonna add the Intentional Millionaire to my rotation. Yeah, so I mean I do a lot of reading. I'm well read about many subjects.
Very intelligent young man.
Yeah, I just focus on the money for now.
That's great. That is great.
Focus on the money.
I'm sure your parents are very proud of you.
Oh, extremely. Yeah. I got out of the mud for real. Like I lived in the rougher area. I grew up working extremely hard and got a couple breaks, and now I'm in a good headspace right now. So just see how far I can go.
That's good.
That is amazing. Keep it up.
Yeah, right. We're proud of you. We're proud of you.
All right. Have a good night, Millissa Jayne. And again, thank you so much, Tasha, for hearing your thoughts about personal finance. Very much appreciated.
Thank you so much.
We appreciate
Have a great night.
Have a great night as well. Thank you so much for coming up. All right, so that was nice having First Jen come up. He's always shows my channel support, so we really appreciate him. All right, with that said, if nobody else wants to come up, we're going to say good night. Tasha, thank you so much, and I will see you out there in these YouTube streets, as they say.
Have a great one, Millissa Jayne.
Take care. I really appreciate it. Bye, my friend. Bye.
Bye.
All right, so that is Tasha, everybody, from Major Change Group. Everybody, we are going to say good night. I'm going to just go out the way I came in with just a little bit of music for you, and then let me go ahead and share the music for you. I'm going to just play this for about 2 minutes or so, and then we're going to shut this thing down. All right, guys. So again, thank you all so much. No problem, Gail. I'm going to play this for just about 2 minutes or so, and then I'm going to play this for about 2 minutes, and then we're going to come back, and I'm actually going to shut it down because we're over time right now. Let's hear just a little bit of music. My favorite jam here. Thank you, Sophia. I'm going to say goodnight to everybody as the music's playing. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Gail. Peter Investor. Mr. My Thunder. Point Blank Travel. Sincere. Big shout out to Sincere. Okay. This is how we end the show tonight. Thanks to all my sponsors. Gail Lockett. Thank you to Luscious Journey. Thank you to Shayla. Thank you to Carl Sinclair, the Intentional Millionaire, MSE Network, award-winning international recording artist, Novelty. Thank you to Sophia Sharif. Shout out to previous contest winner, What Can I Change? And also previous contest winner, Marlene TV. And today's contest winner was Wealth Engineering. I gotta add you to the list. Okay, that's awesome. I'm happy that you're feeling good, Sophia. All right, guys. Have a good night. I will see you next week for the live show. Come back and check the show for videos, premieres, tech tips, and much more. Have a wonderful night, guys.